So, the last time we caught up with stand-up comedian, co-host of the Flagrant podcast, Akaash Singh, things were not going very well for him.
All right. So we back to our favorite man, Akaash Singh. Now it's crazy that his wife, from what I've been seeing on the internet, that she's been, I guess, either deleting clips of her saying certain things that maybe slanders to her own husband, and I mean, we still never going to get over the fact that she said that all those white men that she had a whole sausage fest party with, and she just can't get those sizes out of her mind. It's like, damn, and only Paul Akaash is only getting a handy. And that's all his services that he's gonna get. It's like, you better take this handy fucker and you're gonna go to sleep while she's gonna go out tonight and gonna find herself a nice delicious white man so she can feast her on. That's just damn poor Kosh. But I mean, you kind of do it to yourself when you put yourselves in these situations. Now, before I even get started or even continue this video, make sure you subscribe to Third Street and let's go.
As for years, Akaash had painted his home life as some sort of fairy tale, almost as if he had found the needle in the haystack and was married to the most pure woman he could ever imagine.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
But lately, Akaash's worst nightmare has come true, and the internet has been collectively destroying both him and his wife Jasleen for the last calendar month. It's almost like Akaash is kind of just caught up in the rubble of her bad decisions, and now he has been embarrassed time and time again.
You see, my thing is, it's like if Jasleen was ever to be hooked up on OnlyFans, then I mean, okay, if she ever gets busted, right? Like, let's just say like her and Akaash, go their separate ways, or some shit actually happens, and then next thing you know, oh look, Jasleen has an OnlyFans. But I mean, I highly doubt that would ever happen because I'm pretty sure she would squeeze every nickel and dime that Akaash has before that ever happened. But you can just imagine if a tape came out from like 10 years ago or 5 years ago, that, oh yeah, this is what she was actually doing, and shit like that. You're like, oh wow, this is how his wife get down. And then poor Akaash doesn't get that type of treatment. But see, if you're a person who's with a woman like that who constantly disrespects you, you shouldn't really be with her. She's basically a Jada 2.0, and everybody sees this, and I guess he clearly does not.
Because not only did his wife reveal herself to be infatuated with both money and material possessions,
the best fucking part is like living with your best friend.
Also, it's like there's
who buys you designer shit.
But she also made several statements about her dating history before him that had people looking at her sideways.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
So now the audience has seen behind the curtain of this fairy tale, and the comments have been merciless.
And the interesting bit about all of this is that Akaash was like, well, she was basically a virgin when I met her, and everything was essentially fine. But you can't really say that if she was already talking about how she was exposed to that college frat boy life and how they basically busted all types of monkey juice inside of this woman's walls, right? We talking that white monkey type style juice, and she's sitting here saying, oh, it was the best, and then even talking about actively trying to seek a threesome with her friend's husband, saying that she believes that he has the legendary 10-incher that everybody talks about. Is so damn ridiculous. But again, a Jada 2.0 that is just exposing how frivolously that she can use this man, spend this man's money. And even when he bought her I guess a giant sized rock on her finger, still wasn't enough. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. No kiss on the lips, no nothing. Oh, I'm not really an affectionate person outside of the cameras. No, when the cameras is on. But it's like, damn. But we can clearly tell how he truly, I guess, cares for her and he adores her, but she doesn't show the same she doesn't show the same treatment towards him. She doesn't give him the same treatment, I should say, towards him. It's just like cold and whatnot. But I guess it's one of those things where Akash is like a nice guy, but if she was with a Tyrone, a Daniel, a Ronnie, right? Oh, then the story would be different, because then she would say, oh, this man is a legendary person in this bedroom, and I don't even think about wanting to leave. But Akaash is probably having a one-stroke game, and she probably ain't satisfied with that. But again, you shouldn't be on the internet exposing anything about your sex life or you wanting to seek multiple partners, because that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Talking about I want this and that partner inside me. I want this to happen to me and shit like that. It's like, no, fuck you. No.
Granted, everyone comes with a past, everyone has baggage, but even in the current day, she was still thirsting over her friend's husband, who is essentially Akaash 2.0.
And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
Everything I bought you, all them trips, everything. No, fuck you. Now, I got something for y'all. Yo, stay right there, I got something for you. I'm going upstairs real quick. Where my gun at?
And since my last video on this topic, the Akaash files have only gotten much worse. We have some more embarrassing clips resurfacing from the past. We have updates on Akaash fleeing to Dubai.
Baby, look.
Her latest podcast episode where she attempts to dunk on her haters when the score is already 69-0.
Investing in your wife is the biggest ROI that you'll ever have. Investing in your wife is not a financial burden.
As well as a leaked on-stage response from the man himself to all the controversy.
These narratives, people calling your wife a gold digger and a whore and all these other things, it's a shitty thing.
And here is also the problem too. If you are a person that constantly keeps defending it like your wife, knowing that she is doing wrong to you, it's almost like what Will Smith was doing at the time. I mean, I don't know if I can say defending, but I think he was sort of like not trying to hear certain things, because when Jada was doing the exact same thing to Will that what Jasleen is doing to Akaash, and he said, like, you can't be out here defending and saying, well, you know, y'all people saying this and that, like she's a whore and gored. Like, nah, that's a shitty thing to say. I mean, granted, you can say that to a degree, like yeah, that's still his wife at the end of the day, but still, your wife is out here on the internet telling people that, yeah, I want to sleep with people's husbands. People got legendary 10 inches, right? I had so much fun in college. That is crazy. Imagine if it was in the reverse and you got a guy out there saying the same thing that she's saying, but they're saying, oh yeah. I was in college, right? I had all types of white girls, all types of black girls, all types of Asian women, right? I was blasting in every single one of them. Oh my God. You know how much people would be flaming this man on the internet? They would be saying, oh, he's a loser. I can't believe he got with such a beautiful woman like Jasleen. Oh, this is crazy. And this and that. The ties would be so much in reverse if he was to do it, because then people be getting on him. Oh, he's disrespecting his wife. Oh, he's this and that. But then yet when she does it, she wants the haters to say, oh, y'all haters, I don't understand. And it's like some things is left to be behind closed doors. I don't think you should be getting on the internet and telling anybody about your sex life and what you do to Akaash and what I don't think that should be necessary for the public to know about it. Not everybody knows that Akaash is sort of a simp, right? And she's taking control of him. And he doesn't see it that way because he's blindly and madly in love with her. And he doesn't realize that the things that he wants from her, she's not going to give it to him. Boys, buddy's just getting hand jobs and maybe a twerk here and there. Other than that, he's not getting no types of pleasurable fun. Or if he is getting some type of pleasurable fun, he's just sticking around because that's what he's basically getting. And he probably doesn't have any confidence within himself to find somebody else. And he's just holding on to her. And that's how it sometimes go in these relationships and people, where they stick around with the person because they believe they can't find anybody better. But there's so many women and people on this damn planet that you can get with anybody, so many of them, right? But he just lacks the confidence to just go, you know what, I bite this bullet. I cut ties with you. I don't want to be with you no more because you fucking disrespecting me. You make me look crazy out here. Like, nah, man, it's over. You want to be with these white men? Go ahead, right? You want to sleep around with people's husbands? You go ahead. Fuck you. I'm done.
But I feel like we should just start a little bit lighter here. First, the detectives of the internet did find her potential roster of white frat boys from her college.
And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
As well as more footage of her refusing to kiss him on camera, including the very day that the man proposed for the original time.
Oh, I love my wife. I love my wife. Ah! Let's go ride a bike with my wife. Ah! My wife's real young, my wife's real small. Let's go to the beach and play with a beach ball. Praise Jesus God and my wife.
So as of right now, Akaash is 0 for 2. He is batting 0 on proposal kisses. Which, if that is not telling to people of something, I don't really know what will be. Like, there shouldn't be a moment where a woman is not happier in regards to her relationship than when her guy is down on his knee ready to spend the rest of his life with her. Now granted, in the last video, we did discuss how Akaash grew up with like 0 confidence in himself. And I really do think that he is now seeing the effects of that in his personal life.
It's all about confidence. It's all about self-worth, right? If you know your worth, you and your self-confidence, you wouldn't have a problem finding somebody else who's not going to disrespect you, making you look crazy out here in the streets. You stay with a person who constantly disrespects you and make you looking crazy in these streets, then you're only doing this to yourself at this point, because then what is going to be more stuff that's going to come out about their relationship? What if she starts to be on that Jada time and write like a book about it and say like, well, Akash, he only got like 5 inches of no girth, right? And I just got to do what I can. You know how disrespectful that's going to be? Because Jada did that to Will, talking about August and what she needed to be fulfilled and size and shit like that. And Will just sitting there with a tear on his face, like, yeah, and then shit like that. He's looking stupid. It's like, nah, man. Just wait for that book to come out about Akaash. The downfall of Akaash's size going to come out, and next thing you know, everybody going to, oh my God, we didn't need to know this. Everybody going to be cracking jokes and shit like that. But at the end of the day, it's just, you can't be just embarrassing people or exposing people on the internet, because everybody knows that the internet and all this shit lasts forever. So this is crazy.
I was hideous.
Well, you're not a hideous guy.
Hey, you haven't seen me in high school.
Well,
Short,
what
fat,
happened?
crooked teeth. I was just like a chipmunk.
Now, fast forwarding to the current day, we had Akaash going over to Dubai with his wife and his family, something I'm sure was planned long before this expose, and of course she decided to document the entire thing on her TikTok page.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day in Dubai. I am getting a massage. Akash is a little tired, so he's gonna go stay sleeping. I have an appointment at Chanel, and I'm gonna run around the room because I'm so excited. I actually just ran around the room. Yeah, zoomies. Look, babe.
And I really do think she's trying to make it like a point to stick it to her haters, calling out her questionable behavior online, as she makes several pieces of content revolving around spending money at luxury stores.
Is it too big on me? It's like a travel bag. It is like, it's a little big on me. I get what he's saying, but it's not like bad. Good that it matches so well. Because every time something matches, I need to buy it.
I want to know how much that bag actually probably costs. That bag probably costs like maybe, I don't know. See, I'm not into like fashion or jewelry, so I probably wouldn't know, but I would assume maybe 10,000, 20,000 for that bag, maybe 15, maybe $3,000 for the bag. Who knows? But the fact is, a trip to Dubai is sort of expensive, and he had the money for that, plus a spa, plus a fancy hotel that they're staying in. Yeah.
Oh, the purple's nice. Yeah, I like this one. Sparkly. I love this. You had to come to Dubai to get the sparkly stuff. Alright, I think I'll do this one.
And it is downright hilarious to see Akaash in the background of these videos with his sullen expressions. I mean, down to the damn airport, she was out here taking money from the Akaash machine. And I just love how you got this Asian motherfucker in the background knowing he just hit the fattest lick from the Akaash machine. And don't get me wrong, guys, there is nothing inherently wrong with spoiling a woman, or really anyone for that matter. Hell, guys do it all the time for women they aren't even dating exclusively, tricking off their money.
Okay, so you've spent over $1 million on Corinna, and you've posted on your story, so I can say this. You haven't hit.
So I have a question. So, how many of y'all actually, how much money, if y'all can tabulate or even remember, how much money did you actually spent on a partner, girlfriend or boyfriend? How much money do you think it actually came up to from the starting of the relationship, maybe to the ending? Like, round off a number for me. Like, I'm curious how much of money you actually spent, and was it worth it? At the time, did you regret it? Right, let me know in the comment section down below, because I'm quite curious, because all of those bags that he spent on her, I mean, out of everything in total, boy, we looking at, I would assume maybe 20,000, maybe 30. I don't know. That was a lot of money that he spent on her, and she don't even deserve that shit. Like, there's plenty of people who can fit her role much better, and that would be much deserving of those gifts. She doesn't deserve that shit.
Bro.
I just feel like the real problem comes with her overall attitude of like this general entitlement. Like, I'm not sure if it's a cultural thing or if this is like the path she always felt she was destined to walk, but it is beyond clear to me that she feels like she is like owed these gifts. And that is where we get to the response that she made on her return to her very successful podcast.
Also because, like, where the fuck has chivalry gone? Yeah, where has chivalry gone? Like, why do these men
who make $60,000 a year talking about gold diggers. You don't have any gold to dig.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
You don't have to worry. You don't even have to worry about it. It's like, bro, we're not even talking about you, because the guys that are actually in the 1% tax bracket, they want to do like the things that my husband and Nav are doing. They want to take care of women. They don't want us to be stressed. They want to be in our divine. They want us to be in our divine feminine energy.
I had to stop her there. She said divine feminine energy. I don't know what's anything divine or feminine about her besides her going on the internet and telling people that she wants to have threesomes and actively trying to seek an orgy and want to sleep with people's best friends husbands because they have 10 inchers and believed to be 10 inchers and what the hell is she talking about? What is she talking about? There's nothing feminine about her. It's like we're just waiting for that time to come out when she says, "Oops, Akaash, I actually did it. I actually slept with him." And it's true. He's 10. Like that's what we're waiting for. And then they're gonna come up with some story, or he's gonna come with, nah, you know what? I still take her back because it is what it is. She's the love of my life. We're gonna get through it. And I can't wait for that shit to happen because it's like, you fucking fool. Leave her. You save yourself from this embarrassment. She's already made you look crazy out here. Cut your losses and leave. Say, you know what? Keep the bags, right? But I'm pretty sure if that divorce ever happens, and I don't think he did a prenup with her, oh, she's seizing everything. She's gonna try to clean this man dry. If she wanted to, she could, because everybody knows how it is. But it's like, if she wanted to, she would definitely like come after this man's money and then go find what she really wants. Those white dudes, whoever else that she believes whose size is ridiculous, she would go after with all of Akaash's money. So not only is she throwing it in his face, and she's with these other men. He better cut his fucking losses. Find somebody else who appreciate him and save himself. Otherwise, everybody's gonna be making videos, including me, sitting here saying, "Wow, what an idiot."
Now, to be clear, most of the people she's talking about here, these red pill creators, are at the very least in the top 3% of earners in the country. I mean, a lot of you already know that I'm not like a red pill guy myself. In fact, I've spent a lot of time roasting these types of creators. But man, does she keep supplying them with more ammo than Reagan in the Iran-Contra affair.
She gets into this divine feminine energy, this divine feminine aura. In return, she starts taking care of you in a much better way. Investing in your wife is the biggest ROI that you'll ever have. Investing in your wife is not a financial burden.
And it's interesting that she talks about this like divine feminine energy when it is defined as the following: a spiritual and cultural concept representing nurturing, intuitive, and creative qualities, such as empathy, sensuality, and interconnectedness. When she has literally admitted on multiple occasions that she doesn't do anything. She doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't show this guy affection.
I don't cook, I don't clean. Last right. You see, that's the shit that I'm talking about. I'm glad he brought that up too, because I'm glad he brought that up, because she basically said that she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean. So what makes her feminine? Like, you don't even wash this man's drawers. You don't even suck him off. So what makes you feminine? You just out here seizing this man's money, handies once in a while, pretty looks, twerking, and then saying he has nice eyes. That's it. That's all you doing probably for this man. You ain't doing anything else for him. And you call yourself feminine. Like, no, man. Like, that's not how this works. You're supposed to, if a real woman was in there and she was feminine and cooking, cleaning, right, doing all the responsibilities, then he wouldn't be, I wouldn't say complaining, but none of this would be happening at all. None of this would be happening. But we can clearly tell that this is what she is. Now, I'm not saying that all women should really do this, like, cooking and cleaning and this and that, because everybody has the right to choose what they want to do in life. But the woman wants to do that, she wants to do that. But she's not doing any of that. If he's paying all the bills and she's doing nothing at the house, it's like, then why are you here? Like that's my opinion. Like, why are you here? You're just here for a free paycheck and you're not even doing half the things I need you to do. Oh no, it's time to go. It's time for you to go. Like, I'm sorry. That's why I say you got to look at him stupid too, because it's like, you sat here and you put up with this for so long. Like, what? No, man, no. I'm come home and I'm like, oh man, where's the dinner? Oh, you got to make that yourself. What? Okay, what about my clothes and my underwears? Oh, it's dirty. You got to clean that yourself. I'll lose my fucking mind. But get out. Fuck out. Nah, man, get out. You useless. Fuck out. I don't care how gorgeous and pretty you look. Get out. You ain't even giving me half the things I want. Time to go, bitch. Like, that's what I say. He's stupid, though, but the whole situation is horrible, though. But I'm going to let him continue on.
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
I mean, she even admitted that she hates to celebrate this guy's birthday with him, because she has to be nice to him for an entire 24 hours, and I guess that takes away from her sacred princess treatment.
May the 4th is Akaash's birthday. And
May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Yeah, and every year I dread it because I have to be nice the whole day, and I have to get him something. Listen, I'm just used to being treated like a princess all day, every day, so that one day that I don't...
Oh, what torture.
There ain't no fucking way, boy.
Now imagine your wife telling you, she's like, I kind of hate, spending time with you on your birthday. I even hate giving you things that you want and shit. Like, imagine if that's the only thing he probably get out for his birthday. That's when he probably get his grand reward on his birthday, because she has no choice, even though she doesn't want to. As she says, she likes the princess treatment. So that's fucked up, in my opinion. That's the only time he's probably getting his rewards. And like, oh my God, this is what she was doing to those guys in college. Wow, I finally get it. But imagine if it's only for his birthday and every once in a while it's a handy and a twerk. I'm telling you, I would crash the hell out. I'd be like, all right, yo, it's time to go. What you mean? Nah, gang, get your shit. You gotta go. I can't handle your fucking crazy ass anymore. It's time to go. Like, I can't. I can't do that. I mean, let me know in the comment section down below if y'all have girlfriends or wives, anybody, right? If you have a girlfriend, right, and you tell her it's your birthday, remember how back in the days, I mean, it probably still is till this day, that if you have a girlfriend, shit like that, you're like, oh, it's my birthday, and shit like that. Well, what you doing underneath the covers? Ooh. And she's like, oh, I'm giving you your birthday gift early. You sitting there smiling like a motherfucker, right? Or if it's her birthday, and you like, oh, baby, I'm about to drop some hammer on you, and it's a happy birthday. It's vice versa. Come on now. Why we gotta do this? But I don't understand. I really don't understand. War said it best. There's something wrong with the universe. I think it's broken.
Yeah, I'm like a case in point example. Like, even before my husband really started making money, he always would find little ways to spoil me, even if it didn't cost that much in the beginning. And now, like, we've gone from like him buying me like AirPods or like Nike shoes to now like, spending so much money at Miu Miu or Cartier or whatever. And I'm not saying that to be braggy. I'm saying that I've seen this principle like really, really work. And I truly believe that like a man that takes care of his wife is like blessed by the universe.
So she really thinks in her head that Akaash is only successful because he spoiled her in his personal life.
Behind every successful man
is a woman.
Wait, what is it?
What's the saying? Is a great woman.
Oh.
That was anticlimactic.
Keep in mind, Akaash claims he works over 320 days a year, and he has been grinding his comedy career for 20 years now. So to suggest that him spoiling her is the sole reason that the universe has provided him with monetary riches and fame is honestly beyond delusional. I mean, let's be honest, no one even knew who she was until around a month ago.
And so like when I was training my dog, this is no joke, I read this dog training book, and it says in the book, like, the true alpha of the pack is not the dog that barks all the time, is super defensive, insecure. Like, those are the red pill guys. The true alpha of the pack is the calm one.
The quiet,
the like leads with dignity.
And not only does she have that dog trained, but she also has Akaash on the very same regimen. Because he totally buys into this idea that he is forever indebted to her because she was with him when he was broke. And he says like she could have gone and married a doctor, but she stayed with him instead.
Never even heard about him until recently. Never knew he was a comedian. Damn.
And this is where his onstage response comes in, as Akaash tells the crowd a little story from their past.
These narratives, people calling your wife a gold digger and a whore and all these other things, it's a shitty thing. So I'm going to tell one story that I have never even told her. Honestly, she has no idea of this story. My wife and I met in 2014. I was not making much money. I was getting $25 a night doing stand-up. I was on MTV shows that paid dog shit money. If she was a gold digger, I didn't even have 10 to get the bitch, to be honest. But then in 2018, I went flat fucking broke. 34 years old, I probably made $4,000 that entire year. And we couldn't even afford the living room we lived in New York City. We had to move out of that apartment and move to New Jersey. I had to save up money to move to New Jersey. So we had to stay on her friend's couch for almost a month. We were basically homeless for a month. So I could save money to move to New Jersey. And I remember the night before we went to the couch, we had to stay in our apartment illegally. Me and her sleeping on a hardwood floor. I'm 34 years old. She's 25 years old. I'm looking at this girl like, man, you could go be with an Indian who's a doctor, like a real Indian. You're a beautiful girl. You have so much ahead.
You know, it gets bad when they actually start coming up with these cover stories and saying, well, you know, back in this and that. I mean, it could be true. It could be true, but it's just, why would you come up with a story now when clearly there might be a deeper issue there that is bothering him? And for him to even say the story, it's just, I don't know. The excuses is always coming up anytime somebody criticizes the wife and everybody can clearly see what's really going on, and they're always coming up with these excuses. Well, you know, we was this and it was that, but I'm gonna let him continue on.
Me, I don't know what my life is gonna be. I'm 34, I'm fucking broke. This dream might not ever happen, but I'm too fucking moronic to quit. And I have nothing to give her. It's just a light jacket. It's like October. We have nothing. So I hand her the jacket, and then she said, what's this for? I said, you can use that as a pillow. And then she goes, well, what are you going to use? And I said, I'll figure it out. She handed me back the jacket. She goes, you take this. And then she laid with her head on my chest and her arm around me the entire night. And I remember thinking in that moment, this is why I haven't shared this with her, because I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to marry this girl because I'm so broken. I'm in such a bad place and it's a dark fucking time in my life. But I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again. And I will never find a girl who rides for me this hard ever again.
Okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Even if this story is actually true, right? That he was broke and she stayed with him through thick and thin, and he claims that he will never find a female that's like her, right? Or even come close to her. That's where he's wrong, because like I said before, there's plenty of women on this planet, and you can find somebody who's better, absolutely better, more finer, more gorgeous, better than her, that won't get on the internet and say all these different difficult things, stressful things, and disrespectful things to him, and then making him look crazy out here. And he claims that he will not find nobody else that's better than her, and this is exactly why he's stuck. And you can clearly see this as, well, even if she did all these things, that means she basically says, I got you, because without me you're nothing. So that means I can get on the internet and say all types of things. Like, she could probably even test it even further and even cheat on him, and he won't even do nothing about it, and he won't go anywhere. I think that might be the next one she might do. She might pull a Jada. She didn't pull a Jada yet, but she's going to probably pull off a Jada and go, you know what? I just need to feel much more fulfilled. And she steps out of line and she goes with the best friend's husband or somebody else that she gets with, and then go, oops, I'm so sorry, but I just needed to be fulfilled for this one night because clearly I'm not feeling this. But if she's been burnt out of the relationship, because let's just say, okay, he's been broke and shit like that, but now he's risen to success and fame and fortune, that maybe it comes a time of, well, I had to put up with so much that I just want to accept your gifts and not care about you, if that makes sense. I just want to be there just to be there. I don't really care about you like that. I just want your money and your gifts and whatever little affection you can give me, but I don't really care about you like that to give you the same things that you're giving me. So I don't know, but I again, like I said, I go like this. I appreciate you for being there with me. I was poor, you was there for me, but you're online, you're disrespecting me. Either you can't talk her down and straighten her shit out, then you better cut your losses. But I don't think it's gonna get worse from here. But I'm gonna let him carry on.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
So yeah, I just think his attempted damage control was weak at best. Granted, I do not think that he plans on having this part of his set leaked. And on a more human level, I do feel bad for him still, like enduring this tsunami online. And there definitely is some merit in being with someone when they have nothing and staying with them through that. And I don't think it's necessarily wrong to like bask in the benefits when they do become successful. But like I said, the entitlement is just off the charts, and she's out here saying all this wild shit. And I think she can't see that that is like the issue that most people have. That is why everyone is pointing and laughing in Akaash's face. And in this last clip I have for you guys, you will see exactly where her mindset is regarding finances, as she talks about the idea of a man asking for a prenup before marriage.
Is it just me, or is the idea of asking a girl to sign a prenup incredibly offensive? And only one way. Like, if I asked someone to sign a prenup because I had some, like, booming business, then I would be like, yeah, can you just sign this prenup because, like, I don't want to, like, lose all my money. But then, like, if a guy asked me to sign a prenup, I would be like, I would call off the wedding. Like, I would literally call off the wedding.
Oh, hell no!
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like, I'm not even joking.
I had no real ability to, since you were with me when I was broke.
So once again, it's like because she was with him when he was broke, Akaash will forever remain her doormat.
You're a sexist. That's the thing.
I'm a feminist.
And this is where we're gonna we have to like we gotta come here because she just said that she's a feminist, right? Basically saying that, well, if she was the one to have gotten the prenup, right, it would be fine. But if a man does it to her, oh no, because she wants this man's money. And she said it herself, she's a feminist. So that means that she wants to clean the man out, but she don't want nobody to come after her money. You see that? You see how entitled she is? You see how fucked up this is? See, any man would spot this from a mile away and be, oh, hold up, you want, oh, no, I don't want you. And just you say, you belong to the streets, you belong outside, you don't belong in my house, right? Like, that's exactly how you got to treat a situation like this, because you can't allow her or anybody like that to just say, like, well, I want all of your money, but you can't have none of mine. Also, I don't cook, I don't clean, I'm a princess passenger, right? I would only give my time to those who is truly deserving and worthy. You are not, right? I'm just here because of your money. He doesn't see it that way, because sometimes women also play like the long game, which Akaash didn't realize that either, where women will go through thick and thin with you. Not all of them, obviously, but you have some of them who will play the long game, and then they'll wait until a certain point in your life and career to just seize fucking everything. Wait for the perfect moment to strike, so that way they can seize everything and they can take everything from you, and then you didn't see it coming. She was already going to the divorce lawyers, and she was already prepping out a strategy on how she was going to take everything from you and take all of your money. And sometimes they would even come up with like fake false allegations, right? Or just something drastic to just try to seize your money and shit like that. Like the whole Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation, where she was just making up all types of shit on the stand, saying he did this and he did that to her, which clearly wasn't true, right? But if she doesn't go down the abusive route, then she can just say, oh, things didn't really work out, this and that or whatever. But how much the cost is worth? 20 mil, 50 million? You know what? I want 30. Right? Let me just get 30 mil and we'll call it even, right? And just leave the man broke again. And he don't realize that she could be setting him up for him to be broke again if things go down the way that she intended to. And he doesn't see it that way, but it's just, you got to be careful, men and women. You just got to be careful, mainly the men, because sometimes the men just get too caught out there and don't really see things that they don't normally would expect. But if you sit there patiently and you like a damn snake and you chilling in that garden, you gonna see some critters and you gonna go, I'm gonna snipe these critters out before they come and snipe me out, right? And hang me on the fucking wall and eat me for fucking dinner, right? But unfortunately, Akaash doesn't see it that way, and he thinks what he's doing is right. I mean, you will have a soft spot for a person who's been there for you in the long run, so you could understand his emotions in that aspect. But if the person is playing the long game and constantly disrespecting you, and even says, even on your birthday, I don't even want to do shit for you on your birthday, it's like, damn. And then it would hurt the person to know that, damn, they've been with me through thick and thin, but then the moment when I switched up and started making all this money, now they starting to turn on me. But we don't even know. Well, no, because there was clips in the beginning of, I guess, their relationship of how she was towards him. So, but he just didn't see the signs. He really didn't. He just didn't see the signs. Maybe he heard stories about her of how she was performing things in the past, and he wanted to get on board with that. But it's just, I don't know. That type of situation you wouldn't even want to be in. No man wants to be in that, knowing that you constantly keep getting disrespected by your wife on the internet. So good luck to him. If he gets divorced, I'm not going to really feel bad if you take all his money, because he sort of should have seen the warning signs in certain places. But then at the same time, you will feel bad for him. So I shouldn't say I won't feel bad for him. I say 2% of my being would, because if the story is true that he was broke, then yeah, 2%. But if he made up that shit and he was never broke in the first place, then I wouldn't feel bad at all if he does take all his fucking money. But you know, it is what it is. But you know, like, comment, subscribe, and share to Third Street, and I catch you all in the next one.